Alright, give me a second. Still have a lot of stuff to check off and set up. Let's see here. I wonder. Trying to get the follower goal thing back up because that thing has been bugged for a second. Let's see here. Well, guess while all this is going down. So basically, go over the shtick like I always do in every stream. So nobody knows what is the overall goal for this project, basically. Except for myself, of course. Someone asked me what they're doing. But, that's the gimmick of the entire Twitch channel. You don't know what I'm working on, except for the fact that it is a game. For people to enjoy, of course. And that's the only thing anyone knows. And through these streams, stream by stream, everyone will get a more of a glimpse of what is going on. And if anyone wants to take a crack at what I'm working on, feel free. I'll probably answer. Or probably not. I mean, it all depends on if I really do want to or not, I guess. Or if I think it's not going to be too revealing. But anyway, so essentially, that is the gimmick. We are simply going to be working on projects every week. We do it for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks straight. Gonna be working on projects every week. Going back on certain projects, making new projects, you know. And doing all types of interesting stuff, basically. And one thing that is common with all of these projects is that every time I finish a project or get close to a project, I always post the outcome of the overall stream on Twitch or on Instagram and Facebook. So if you all want to see the outcomes of these streams, feel free to go to my Instagram, links in the About Me section, and feel free to drop me a follow. And I will greatly appreciate it. But also, let's see here. But also, you'll be able to be caught up to date on everything that went on, basically, in a single photo. The idea is that, you know, the posts that I post up on Instagram, those are posts that those are like the progress points of what we got to on stream, either last week or that day or the previous day. So if you want to get some insight or style looks on what we've done, you can go over there and check it out. You don't have to watch my other streams. You don't got to. That's for y'all's convenience. So, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my reference real quick because we're working on this ring. And I want to get this ring done today. So, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and change the screens real quickly. Screen 1, done. Alright, so the whole idea is that we are making this ring right here. And we're not going to be making the same exact design right here. I'm going to have it be more of a B. Like an actual B. Like this. Thing is, So let me just explain what we did last stream. Basically, I basically spent a good portion of the stream making the ring and making the box for the ring. Hold on. This thing. And in doing so, we also... Hold on. In doing so, we also flattened out the UVs so we can get ourselves the luxury of morphing it and... Hold on. That wasn't the right ring. Hold on. So we can give ourselves the luxury of polymorphing it, the UV tool, and working on it on a flat plane like this. Let me turn the bumps down to 0. On a flat plane like this. So we can basically just draw on the plane and just add in the details like that. So we don't have to, like, you know, try our best to get the details as we're, like, circling around this ring, you know? I didn't want to do that. That sounds absolutely terrible. It sounds absolutely, just downright time-consuming. But yeah, we did it for all of the pieces, basically, which, to be fair, because of our ability to do the morphing UV stuff, we technically can just work on a very simplified version of these models, right? And just use these as, like, UV points, basically. Like, it's very much a thing to the point where we can actually do that now. Oh, let me go ahead and do this. I'm just showing off, like, what all we did. Because this is some time-consuming stuff, honestly. But now that we know how to do it... I gotta remember to turn off bumps every time I do the morph thing. But now that we know how to do it, it's gonna be pretty easy to do it, basically. In fact, hold on, let me do this quickly. Go ahead and... do this, because the UVs are kind of messing up here. Let's go ahead and do this. So, I don't need this. Basically, I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of these polygroups because we don't need them anymore. I'm gonna clear out the space. So we don't need this. Yes, and don't always do this. Do not go back on it. Cool. Don't need this. If we need the... I want to also preference this. We don't need any of these body parts because literally I have folders full of, like, call it body parts. That sounds wrong. But I have, like, resources and whatnot that I can use for this. So this is the ring maker where you made the rings in the first place. Go ahead and do this. So let me go ahead and... This was the 5 million polygon thing. Yes, it was. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this. So is Maya finished opening up? Yes, it is. We're going to go ahead and do a new folder. A new folder, and I'm going to go back here. I have the... I do. Alright. Let's go ahead and open up the honey vendor clerk thingy. The wedding ring thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quickly. So, wedding ring and box. So let's go ahead and drop it in. Cool. So, nice. So all we have to do, or all I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna check the UVs because we have some problems going on. So, no. No. Nah, they all seem to be working correctly. Alright, here. Yeah, cause I noticed like some some UV errors on the these other thingies. Hold on. And because they're right in Maya, they should be right here, but they ain't. Let me go ahead and like go through all these and see which ones are broken, which ones aren't. This is supposed to be the hinge. Do that. Single out. Yeah, I see. I see. I don't see it. Alright, so go ahead and do this. So bump map, put that on 0. That's fine. Kind of. You know what? We will work with this. It may not be the most professional thing to do, but we'll do it. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna skip the box for today. I'm not gonna work on the box. All I care about is the ring here. Then we'll work on the weapon shop that I have planned today. Maybe we'll make a weapon for it, you know, like a plain weapon from one of the weapons I actually have to make. So let's go ahead and do this. Make sure bump is 0 and flatten. So this is what we can do. So this was the outer shell. This was the inner shell. Now we could easily go ahead and just draw on this thing, which I said this in the on Monday's stream, but let's do this instead. Let me move it in. We could just draw on here like so, and like just have like some weird details be showing up in the on the actual model, which could work. I love the idea of that. However, I want to try a different method. Alright, we are going to draw the shit out, alright? And I'm not too good at drawing, but that actually might work to our benefit, alright? Because this is supposed to be this is supposed to be a medieval style world. I'll turn the opacity up. World, and personally, I think it would be okay for us to have rough drawings, basically. So this is what I'm going to do. I am literally going to do this. Watch this. So we have this right here as our base, basically. I'm not going to work on a flat fucking thing. I'm going to do this instead. So we are basically going to work on I want to call it a displacement map. Basically what that is we are going to quite literally create a map for this character, for this ring, basically, right? And to do that, let me go ahead and go back to Maya, let me go to the ring, let me go ahead and go up, and let me go ahead and actually copy the file location. So let's go here, we'll call this displacement. Go here, make a new folder, call this Brenda's ring engraving. I don't care if I spell things incorrectly, I will go back and redo it all. I don't give a shit. So let's go up to, let's see, highlight everything. Nope. Highlight everything. Nope. Cool. Now we're good. Okay, so let's go up to image and let's make, green is fine. Fine to me. Alright, so do that. We'll call this Brenda's ring UV outline. We're not gonna have this be in ZBrush. We are going to be using this purely to create a PNG of our maps and whatnot, of our lines, and drop this into Photoshop and draw with this. The idea is that we are going to be drawing a... Let's see here. We're going to be drawing our maps basically like this. So let me go ahead and do this quickly. Let me go ahead and go up to File, or Window. Let's go ahead and go to Brushes. We have that. Can we modify our brushes, please? I would love that. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and make this a build up. Wet edges. Nice. Actually, here, let's do this instead. Let's go ahead and play around with this. Sometimes, whenever I work on anything, I like to work with what I have. Play around, see what I can do. Like, this is looking pretty good to me. Like, this is fine to me, you know? That's good to me. So, let's go ahead and... Let me first demonstrate what the hell is going to happen, alright? Just for my reference, too. So, let's say we have this, right? Let's say we are creating a line, some sort of, like, fancy pants detail, right? Let's say we have it like this, right? We're going to now export this out. I'm going to just do a quick PNG. Alright. Let's go right here. We'll call this test dis for displacement. Whatever. And now we're going to import, go up to the displacement map and import. Go here. Now, personally, I am also trying this out for the first time. So, you know, this will be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Turn that on. Yes, sir. So, That is odd. So it's like upside down. Okay, hold on, let me try this instead. Because right here, like, this is the size of the rotation of the UVs. Let me go ahead and try to do this the other way around. Again, I am trying this out just like I'm showing off for the first time. Where you're basically experimenting. Alright, so let's go ahead. We are basically experimenting this stuff together. So let's go ahead and do this. Export, polygroup, test dis. This is what we do tests. This is why I like to do, like, tests before I do anything. Just to, like, make sure that I'm doing it right, you know? Because I could go off and, like, draw the entire thing, but that may not work. It may lead to some other types of bullshit. Okay, let's see. Better yet, let's go ahead and just do a texture. We're gonna see if one of these works or one of them doesn't. Import. Let's go ahead and try this out. Yes. Alright. So then what we can do from here. Now we could just do the. I kind of want to do the displacement anyway. Let's see here. Displacement. Whatever. So. Whatever. We will skip out on that. That was a whole test. Whatever. So now we can go up to mask and just simply mask AO. It'll be a long process when we have, like, more details here, but, you know, it'll be cool. Be fine. Right now, I am literally just testing it out to see if it will work or if it just won't. Really. Alright. Let's see here. While that is going down, because I know I'm going to have to do this anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this on a... like so. Have it be in the middle so we can modify it. So, if this is the outer section of the ring, let me go ahead and do this. So, put this on that. Because we can tell, I tried to make the UVs of the actual ring kind of simulate where the indentation would be. So right around here, as long as we just stay on this track, I'm going to go ahead and turn, where is it? This thing off. Oreo Man 75. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? How's it going? But yeah, so I kind of organized the UVs, or the edges of the UVs, so we can actually tell like where the indentation of the ring is going to be. Just to help us out, really. Because I am into doing myself some goddamn favors. What type of game are you making? That's the thing, Oreo. I will never tell. The gimmick of this entire Twitch channel is that I work on a game, of course, but I am never going to display the theme of the said game. That is up to people to figure out and try and piece together if they want through the streams, or they can just come by and just chill. You know. That is kind of the whole gimmick of this entire thing. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. But I feel like it's something new, so yeah. I feel like it's something new, so it's like, yeah. We'll see if this works. Is it fantasy? Maybe. I would love it to be. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a really good idea. But yeah. So essentially, we call it a... I'm almost curious to see how people actually try to like guess, because like I know when it comes to 3D modeling, it's like there are certain guidelines one has to kind of follow in order to like make something for a game, and like polygon count wise. But I feel like the way I'm doing this is like it's different from how one would expect for a video game. To the point where it may not be. Which is also its own hint. But yeah, it's kind of funny too, is I've been doing this for 3 weeks and no one has figured it out. Not to anyone's discredit or anyone's call it dissiment, I guess, I don't know. But you know, all I'm saying is it's a pretty good mystery, I think, because like people are very, we call it what's the term? People are very catchy, you know, like they see things and whatnot. I mean, plus everyone here has like a full visuals of what's happening, so it wouldn't be too hard for someone to really kind of like go into it, you know, or get into, you know, trying to figure it out. But it's like, what do you call it? Nobody's figured it out, so I figured, okay, let's keep going. I want to make a video game when I grow up. Keep doing it, man. Practice. Honestly, do you want to like go into like making 3D games or like 2D games? Like what are those side scroller games? Like Prison Escape or I don't know. What's that one vampire game that was like side scroller basically? It was like a 2D game, 2D plane. I don't know, Castlevania. I don't know. Let's see here. But yeah, are you looking to go into? Actually, let me do this instead. 3D open up Apocalypse Aftermath. Nice. I'll actually do this quickly. We didn't do anything in ZBrush, so I'm perfectly fine with just having it crash, honestly. But yeah, 3D open world Apocalypse. Nice. That would be pretty cool, actually. You know what? I think would be a cool game is like, we call it would be an interesting story for a game. A chest. Yeah, I mean, it was a ring chest type of thing. Here, let me show you. So, basically, it is a wedding ring thingy and whatnot for the character we're making. But, you know. So anyway, what I was thinking would be pretty fucking cool is what if you had a fantasy apocalyptic aftermath game, right? But let's say the whole story is there was a main character, sort of like an Elden Ring or some shit, or like a main character you would see in some RPG game, right? Or whatever. What have you, right? But let's say the main character, the main hero, failed. And the villain actually managed to do what they set out to do. Now it's up to the people who remain to try and reverse what happened or try and stop things from getting worse. I guess that's the plot of Half-Life 2, actually. Shit. Or Half-Life, the other Half-Lives. I don't know. But yeah, so let me go ahead and do this. So this is the character we're working on right now. Her hair is kind of weird, but we're going to work on that hair and texturing. What I learned in modeling is like everything, there's like 50-50 in everything basically. There's like 50%. What's Half-Life? Oh god. Am I that old? Okay, so Half-Life is the game where Gordon Freeman is from, basically. If you know that character, basically he is a scientist that basically stopped the world in this one Half-Life series from becoming a zombified mess, basically. But other organizations took over. A kid. Oh. So basically, Half-Life, that's a game that came out in 1999, I believe, and Half-Life came out in 2004. Basically, the whole lore, from what I remember, is a scientist named Gordon Freeman who uses a crowbar went to some sort of lab, basically, to test out some Nova portal thingy that opened up and sent a bunch of monsters and aliens and whatnot to the other side, and he had to basically fight the military, zombies, aliens, monsters, just to close that portal up. However, some monsters managed to come over to the other side, and so that is what happened in Half-Life 1. Half-Life 2 is about the government taking advantage of the zombies and the monsters and whatnot that came over and started to kind of like enslave people, basically. And so that game is about Gordon Freeman stopping the government from doing all their bullshit, basically. Problem is, at the end of that, they blew up the fucking this Citadel thing that the main bad guy was in. However, that didn't stop shit. Everyone was still coming after people, and everyone was kind of like in a rough patch, worse than what they were before. Because now there's like new monsters out, new, bigger, better threats, basically, and essentially nothing gets resolved. And so it's kind of up to the remaining people who survived Half-Life 2 to basically try and, get the world back to what it was in Half-Life 2 episode 1 and 2. I'm not sure what the hell happens in Half-Life Alyx, but I don't know. It was a pretty cool fucking story that they left us on cliffhanger on, which sucks. But yeah, it was pretty cool, honestly. Alright, let's see here. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just do this actually. So we don't need this anymore. Let's just go ahead and toss this. Where is our recent files? Weapon shop. Let's go. Don't save. It's gonna stretch and pull us here. So the next thing we're gonna work on today after we get the ring done is this shop right here. Basically, it's a weapon shop. Surprise. So basically, I have some references that I'm gonna use to make this shop. I have it like already halfway built, basically. I would say a quarter built. I was thinking for the game I'm making would be kind of like Skyrim, Fallout 4 combined. Nice. That'd be interesting, actually. Because, like, I feel like in fantasy, right, we're all used to the whole idea of villages, magic and whatnot. Because magic is kind of, we call it, it's kind of basic now, I think. Because it all works the same way. You have mana, you have spells. Your highest ranking fire spell is literally just a bomb or a nuke. Your highest ranked ice spell is literally just freezing people in a block of ice. It's all kind of the same thing nowadays. So I feel like going down that route of like having an apocalyptic style magic style thing, up top of like actual like sword and shield combat, bows and arrows, axes, whatever. I feel like that would be interesting because like magic in most games is very easy to obtain. What if it wasn't? Exactly. Because, like, where would magic come from except from the monsters or people who have learned some stuff, right? So what if that magic was more or less dangerous to the user? Because you no longer have these open worlds where you have, like, people to heal you. People that help you out. What if someone were to possess ice magic, what if their immune system got messed up? Kind of like X-Men, I guess. I don't know. I realized that, oh wait, that exists. Like, oh yeah. We have that. But yeah, I think it'd be a pretty cool idea. Definitely it's not what I'm doing. Which, by the way, there is a whole story to this. This entire thing I'm working on, the game. There's, like, of course, there's an actual story. I mean, shit. So I'll go ahead and do this, actually. So game is medieval games. I saw weapons. Yeah. Thing is, what platform is it though? Because that's the thing. That's kind of what the entire thing. Anyone who like watches the streams will know that this is a medieval style game. I'm trying to keep as many details as it that involves the game out, but when it comes to the whole idea of what the game is, platform, because game design doesn't just extend out to video games. It can extend out to a plethora of other things. But yeah. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull up a goddamn reference of a B. Hold on. Instead of me trying to do this thing just off memory. Go and do this. But yeah. Let's see here. B reference. Don't give me like the letter B. Hold on. Nice. What kind of drawing tablet are you getting? Personally, I have the... What the hell do I have? The XP pen. It's a pretty good drawing tablet, I think. Alright, let's see here. I wouldn't do it in chat. Sending a link. I'm not sure if it can, though, honestly. But yeah. Nice. So I'm going to do this, actually. So... I don't know, whatever drawing tab we're trying to get, it's good. Personally, though, if you are getting a tablet, I would recommend getting a drawing stick or a stylus that has no need for charging. All right, I've gone down the route of having a pen for a drawing tablet that actually needs to be charged. It is so bad. It is so terrible. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it to anyone, really. Let's see here. So I'm going to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and like draw this B out. I'm gonna go ahead and create a. Whoops. Need to do vertical. Cool. Alright, so basically my whole plan is to make the B and just shrink it inside this area here and just copy and paste it. Then we will have those details show up on the rings. On the ring's ring portion of the ring. Let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and give ourselves our concept, basically. Not the actual, like, full-on design. Whenever I draw anything, I like to go ahead and just make the rough shape of it, you know? Because once you have the shape in mind, you'll be able to basically go back in and modify how everything is supposed to look, basically. A lot easier if you were to just do that stuff on its own. Let's go ahead and do this. Do that. Do that. Alright. Let's say we have another wing right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and work on the outer parts. Right there. Right there. Alright. Let's not be afraid to... Nice. Haven't heard of that tablet before, but is it a screen tablet or is it just a flat surface tablet? I work with tablets that have like no screen on them, and it can get the work done. Nice. That's good. Because I have worked with tablets that didn't come with a screen, and good god, was that... It wasn't great. It was not good at all. But yeah, let's see here. Also, one thing that I kind of hate about tablets too, or not a tablet itself, but just the we call it one thing I never got used to was the drawing glove. Basically, the glove that has the 2 fingers missing or 3 fingers missing. I never got used to that. It always felt weird. I'm like, what the hell is this? Especially in college, you know? Like, in college, I remember people actually sharing gloves. It was kind of disgusting. Kind of put me off to the whole idea of using gloves. I'm like, you know what? COVID's around. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm fine. Let me increase the this thing. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. Do that. It doesn't really. Actually, yeah, it does matter. So whenever I draw anything or design anything to be anything, I always try to think about the logic behind why I have to do it like I have to do it, because, you know, this is basically the skeleton of the wing, basically. So I am really just using reference, of course, but at the same time, I'm also really taking after why I have to do all of this. I'll go ahead and make this layer, the wings, a little bit faded so we can actually work on the body. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's say the B shape is right there, wings and right there, and we have that. Then let's say our eyes are right here. That means our, let's make eyes a little bit lower. Have to be right there, and the face is right there. We'll go ahead and go in on this, and let's go ahead and do a smaller smooth. I don't give a shit. Go away. And let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do a... Hold on. So... Cool. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a small brush. And let's go ahead and, like, just fill in the feathery bits. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, it may look rough. That's kind of the point. Because when it comes to our, call it a model here, what's going to happen is we are going to take what we have drawn up and apply it towards the ring. So we can either just go along the ring and just start designing it like this and whatnot, and that's cool. It's not efficient though. So the whole idea is that we're going to be drawing on the shell or the UV shell of the ring and applying it to the morph UV. Let me just morph it. applying it right here. That is what the... this line here is for, the grain stuff. Because having to do this by hand here would be kind of... it would be hell. Or having to do it by hand in ZBrush in here would be kind of hell. Alright? I would much rather just do it here. And then just kind of like stamp it in. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and take the wings and whatever. Do this. Let's go ahead and delete this up here. Whoops. Alright. Lower it down. Yeah, let's go up a bit. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do this. No. Go back on that. Alright. So now I'm going to do this. Now I know where this is going to be. I am simply going to do this now. I'm going to get rid of one set of wings, take this set of wing, or this wing itself, move it like this, do that, move it outwards. Now I'm going to kind of just redraw the entire thing. Or not really. I don't know. Watch this. So we can get rid of this thing now. So let's go ahead and make this thing more exaggerated. Move it down. Move that down. Serious? Come on. Alright. It's alright. Got this. So go ahead and go here. All right. Let's go back into Photoshop. Do this quickly. Do that. All right. Back here. All right. Let's go ahead and go here. All right. Go and check the morphs on these guys. All right. Might have to push those out a little bit in Maya. All right. Go back to Photoshop. On. What kind of sucks is that the reveal of what I actually am working on could easily be revealed just by looking at my past saved projects. So I have to be really careful about like what exactly I do. All right. Let's see here. It's fine. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go to brush. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go hard pressure. Let's go down to, let's go 10. Let's go ahead and do this now. Let's do that. Get rid of this. Oops, nope. Get rid of this side. Get rid of that. All right. Move that down. Put this on 8. Yeah, let's go down to 4 actually. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do this. My reference. Get the brush out. Make this a hard brush. Let's go ahead. Let's go here instead. To this one. All right. Turn the opacity up. Do it like so. Let's move this down here. All right. Move this like so. Like so. Go like this. All right. Let's go ahead and thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna keep this here actually. The whole idea, one thing that I learned in college about drawing is that you want to make you always want to make your own reference basically, and kind of like pick and choose which designs you like stick with basically. Because right now, you know, I'm gonna literally just go across here and follow the line and do that basically. Best part is when all this is done, I am literally going to like blow this thing up with a what we call a Gaussian blur, cause it'll just give us more details. So let's see here, got that going. All right, let's go ahead and apply the next one. I also want to make sure we have our creases in order. Make sure that's all good to go. Let's go and do this. One of those. One of those. One of those. And one of these. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this right here. Extend it out. Alright. Select that. Let's go ahead and save that. The game is going to be called Man vs. Monster. It's also, I guess, a hint to what it is, but, you know. It's more of a it is what it is type of hit, you know? It's like, oh yeah, great. Clever name. Also, I guess I would say it does also tie into what the genre of the game is. Basically, you could say that. It's a medieval survival game. Oh, man. In fact, here, let me go ahead and do this. Actually, well, yeah, here. Let me go ahead and save this. Yeah. So, basically, let me go ahead and just increase the line weight on this right here. We'll leave this top part here to be sort of like a weightedness to it. It is a medieval survival game. Thing is, alright, the whole gimmick of what it is not what you would expect it to be on. If that makes sense. Basically, where you think this game is going to end up is not where you think it's going to end up. No. Oh no, I don't mean like a company. It's gonna be my company, all right? My own studio, of course. Imagine that shit, right? I'm just some guy from a Nintendo just doing this public experiment. Yes, we're working on a game. Definitely nothing Mario related. For the 20,000th time. Let me go ahead and just grab these wings. Let's go ahead and merge layers. One thing that's kind of complicated or difficult on my screen or my monitor is that I am working with a 34-inch monitor, so everything from like this side on on the right side is basically 2 inches away from me. Or 2 feet away from me, basically. Like what the message would be. Oh no, basically the game itself is, I would say, more or less we call it I'm trying to figure out what I can say without giving it away. It's definitely unusual. But I guess if I had to put a message of the game, history, sci-fi. Oh. Ish. Oh, I call it I don't know. The hints that I already have displayed, I think those are the hints that I'm going to leave it off for today, because I don't want to give away all the hints, you know. Because, yeah, you know, that would defeat the purpose of this entire thing. But, you know, just know that the game is not what one would think it is. It's not going into the place people think it would be. Just because it's 3D doesn't mean it's going to the place where you think it's going. If anything, it's going to the opposite place, probably, of where you think it's going. So, basically, I have it in my About section, but essentially, I stream Saturday Saturday through Monday at 3:30 to 6:30 PST or PM. I mean, 3:30 to 6:30 PM PST. Saturday to Monday. And every once in a while, I do like streams on Friday, not game design related. Like literally, I'm doing this Minecraft D&D run with a bunch of friends. Which is pretty interesting. Essentially, all three of us, we are playing this campaign. Yeah. We're all playing this campaign, basically, right? And... oh, yeah. The thing is, with this Minecraft D&D stuff, it could not be further from what D&D is like, probably. It could not be further. Essentially... it still has the D&D aspect to it, you know, like you get your classes and whatnot, you get your skills and whatnot, go through a story together, you roll checks to see if you do things or not. It still has that aspect to it. Thing is, we're playing on hard mode. What hard mode is all of our stats are in the fucking negatives. So I'm a paladin, right? But I start off with like actually I have a whole list of what my stats were. Hold on. Let's see here. Paladin stats. Let's see here. Yeah, I started out with everyone starts out with negative stats basically. But my stats were -2 strength, -2 dexterity, -6 constitution, -8 intelligence, -8 wisdom, and -6 charisma. I was a paladin, alright? I wasn't doing anything. It was so bad, but it was kind of funny. Basically, we have me as a paladin, a wizard, exactly. And the best part is, my guy's supposed to be the whole, oath, all about good type of stuff, right? Motherfucker couldn't do anything. Like, my abilities were Divine Smite and some healing touch thing, right? And Divine Smite is an ability which is supposed to basically, you smack someone with your sword, and it does, like, splash damage to people around you, basically, right? My splash damage was nothing. It was literally 0. All it did was push people back. That's all it did. And my healing ability, it healed like 3 to 9 points of health. In Minecraft D&D, our health isn't like, what do you call it, it's not like in the actual game where you're like checking off a list basically, or checking down a number score. You actually like have a health bar basically, and 3 to 9 health wasn't anything to any of us basically. Best part is I can't even heal anyone. All I can heal is myself. Like this, like the skill. I'm basically just a guy. I'm just a dude fighting among a rogue and a wizard. That's where I stand in the game. It's rough. It's absolutely rough. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. So, where the hell was it? God, I feel like we should be able to... yeah, let's go ahead and do this. A save trip somehow fall off. Yeah. The funny part is our supposed D&D game. It's not like a D&D game where it's like you're just looking at a piece of paper and a board basically. It's like it's an actual campaign basically, almost like a multiplayer story game basically. And so it's like what call it? Like, certain things have to happen for us to progress the story because the game doesn't want us to, like, break it, of course. Even though we've broken the game, like, 5 times already. Let's see here. We have broken the game so many times already. I should on. Fill color. Alright. See you later, man. Let's see here. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. UV map. Clone texture. Yes, sir. Alright. The whole idea, or the whole thing I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to create a mask. Which, to be honest, might actually be very much complicated with this. Let me try one of these other... Actually, no, we'll do the same thing. Go ahead and try with this. So... let's see. Let's go ahead and do polygroup and... I can polygroup by... polypaint. Okay. What kind of sucks is, like, I can't actually see, you know, what is not being, masked. Alright, here, hold on. Let's go and do this. I am still trying to figure out if this will work or not. Alright. Whatever. Let's go ahead and... let's try this instead. So let's say we have... this. Okay, cool. Alright, so... let's say we go ahead and do this thing here. The whole idea is I'm trying to basically... yeah, it's not it. The whole idea is I'm trying to basically get these rings to be masked, so I can put on that bee wing stuff, basically. When it comes to anything in, like, modeling, basically, or just 3D sculpting, it's like everything you have to figure out for yourself. You have to figure it out and whatnot, because sometimes going about things in a certain method is better than going about things in a usual method. Let me see here. I might actually have to go ahead and start it from a very low poly. Let's go ahead and do a texture. Let's go here. Yes, sir. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because if I do this on the high poly... nice. Hands are hard to do, honestly. hands are complicated. But yeah, so if I do this on the other ring that I had, the problem with that is... Hold on. The problem with going down that route is that it will take a long time to mask it, basically, because there's just so much information to do, basically. So I'm trying to do this, or trying to get this method working on a lower poly version, or lower quality version of that ring, so we can do this a lot faster. To remember this being a thing. Or better yet, let me just go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do UV map, morph that back, pull this out, do the ring thing, 5 million polygons, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and do a, let's see here. I almost wonder. Go ahead and do texture on. Yeah, that would work famously. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and now go up to masking. I should be able to mask by color. There's so... One of the issues I have with like Blender and ZBrush is that there's so many things to try here. Hold on. There's so many options that could work, but nothing is too descriptive. Hold on. So let's go ahead and just do mask by AO. Do it like that. We'll have to wait for that to do its thing, of course, but while that is going down, let's go ahead and go. Let's go and do this. So let's go back here. All right. Or better yet, let me go into this. Let's just screen capture and go there. All right. I can already tell this is gonna crash. What I actually might have to do is use this as an outline. Yes, it is going to crash. It's fine. I'm gonna simply then the background, and we're gonna close this out. The beauty of doing all of this is that we call it. The beauty of doing all of this is that we get to test and see what works and what doesn't work. The whole problem with it is, as well, is that like what makes these programs run slower is literally just, we call it a polygon usage, basically. And unfortunately, when it comes to these rings, there really isn't a definite, I want to say, there really isn't a definite amount of polygons you can really be using to get the best details. So part of me wants to kind of like go in and have the best details on my stuff, but another part of me is like, but if you do that, it might crash. Because to get the best details out of everything, because we're basically at the end point of this ring. To get the best details, I have to literally start from high, basically. Or a high amount of polygons, which... polygons are basically these triangles up here, basically. Triangles and squares, basically. A square is basically a quad, has 2 polygons in it. A triangle is 1 polygon. And in context, 5 million polygons, like we have up here, that is a lot of polygons for how many points we have. Like, it's a lot, basically. And it doesn't surprise me that this is handling as good as it is. I'm also really, really putting so much faith into my computer. Which is kind of funny, because, like, we call it, I kind of view my computer to be decently strong. Comes to all of this. But even so, there are some points where it don't really matter. Because I got... let's see here. Let's go back up to... texture. Let's re-import it. Because I got a 64 gigs of RAM, 8 GB video cards, and it is acting like this. How'd he break his finger? Did he break his finger doing something creative? Because that can happen. I've seen it happen. No. Let's see here. Alright, we'll do it to here. Yes, it will. Okay. The downside... oh, I see. It wasn't doing none of that. Alright. So... let's go ahead and... so this Oculus and accidentally punched causes so hard it works. Oh. I've almost done that before in the past. God. It's kind of why I don't want to get VR again. I used to like play the shit out of VR, but I don't know. It's just a lot to get set up, basically, you know? Eventually you get to the point where it's like, I have to go off and get this goddamn headset, make sure that's charged, you know, make sure that it all works, you know? Make sure to have the space. If anyone gets in my way, they're gonna get fucking decked. You know, it's a whole bunch of stuff they have to kind of, like, watch out for. That's like, you know what, maybe it's just not too worth it. Fun games and all, but, like, you know, it ain't too worth it. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna ditch this entire fucking, thing. Actually, here. Let me try one more thing. I want to actually make this sketch thing work. 'Cause I know it can. Let's see here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do... God, it should be around here somewhere. Sharpen, glow. Again, one of my problems with all this is that my monitor is so big that the settings down here VR platform or like the game platform? Platform-wise on VR, I used a PS4, which isn't the best, but it wasn't bad, in my opinion. Oh. So the platform-wise, I would say... What I mean by that is the surface of what you play it on. Platform can literally be literal. You know, I'm gonna figure this out later. Oh God, no. Hell no. God. I can only imagine this being on a mobile. People's phones be blowing up. It'd be kind of funny. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this. We are literally just gonna fucking just draw on this thing, alright? It would be unexpected. Because the thing is... Okay, so basically when it comes to making video games, right? It is a thing that you wouldn't want to have too many polygons to something, basically. Like, too many polygons is bad. That can really make or break your game. And the fact that I have no worries of how many polygons I'm using, to someone who would be modeling or someone who would be interested in modeling, that would probably be either a green or red flag. But for what I'm doing, it is... I really don't have to worry about polygon usage as much. So, just a little example. Most games, when it comes to polygon counts, usually it is around anywhere from like 4 to 8,000 a prop, or a single object, basically. But for this, I'm not too worried. Because polygons are not going to be a thing to keep track of. It will serve no purpose in doing so. Which, to be fair, honestly, now that I realize it, I think if anyone really dives deep into how modeling works, someone can easily figure out what the hell I'm doing. No. Like I said, a platform could be absolutely literal. No. I wish, Game Boy. If I could, I definitely would, but I don't have that technique. Alright, I don't have that. And I will say this, the reason why I'm doing this project like this is because of my available resources. Like, I literally can make this game by myself without knowing certain skills that would be necessary for a game. Like, I guess that also is why people go into other aspects of game design instead of just going for the casual or the average, you know. But still. Alright, let's see. What does this look like when it is not flattened? The floor is a good answer, though, by the way. Alright, morph it. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and get the mask brush and just simply mask, well, all of this. And unmask some of it too. Alright, can I actually make this mask a lazy mouse? I can. And I will. Alright. I mean, it could be a wall. It'd be kind of hard to do so. I don't know. I could see someone trying to play this game on a wall. Actually, potentially. Wouldn't be impossible, actually. No. It's gonna be much more accessible than that, alright? You don't need a projector to play this game. I could imagine buying a game and realizing I have to have a projector to play it. That would be... I would laugh at that, but I'm pretty sure others wouldn't. See here. Mask by fill. Where is it? Flat. Yeah. Most accessible platform. The best part is, we all have one. Probably. No. It ain't Google. No. Not a website either. I mean, it'll have a website, but that would be a place where people go and get the game. Of course. Like all sites, you know? that comes later. The shower head thing? No. Not in this version, no. Now let's see here. Is this gonna crash me? Dreams. I mean, you might be able to play it in your dream, depending on how messy that dream is, I guess. I don't know. Depending on how chaotic and terrifying that dream is, you might actually get a similarity. Alright. Let's see here. We go ahead and get the softening brush. Alright. Let's go back. Platform. I mean, it is going to be a platform, regardless. I mean, it has to be. I'm going to do this quickly. It's going to do flatten. The hint was, we all have it. In the most literal sense, we literally all have one. And it's not too hard to get. In fact, the platform you would need to play this game, I mean, truthfully, you have it. No, not drawing tablet. If anything, I think it would be... It'd be interesting if it was on drawing tablet, actually, because I don't know. Guessed it and kept going. I'm not gonna say if you did or didn't. All I'll say is keep guessing. Because the reality is, and truthfully, I mean, you'll figure out eventually if this game does like come out and whatnot, you'll know if you were right or wrong in one of your answers. Because technically, you could be right on many of those answers. But you may also be wrong on many of those answers too, or all of them. I don't know, it's the whole gimmick of the channel. It's like, try and figure it out best you can. You know, that is the whole gimmick of this art channel. Basically, you know, it's like come by and try and figure it out. Basically, because of course, no, it's not. It's not Nintendo. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. Interesting. It is kind of funny. Let's see here. But yeah. In time, everyone will know. Which, I mean... It's actually her one. In time, people will know, and it will be either shocking or very disappointing. Because it may not... I'm not expecting everyone to kind of like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. You know, I'm fully okay with people are like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Because truthfully, it literally may not be what you want. But then again, that's all games. I mean, shit. It might be. I mean, some people, of course, but there is a fairly large audience that I think will enjoy this game. In fact, I think it will rival what already exists. There's a whole new twist on what it is. I mean, it might be. But you never know. Probably. I'd probably tell you. I'll tell you when the answer is, like, really not right, I guess. I don't know. Like you say if it's gonna be on Xbox, it's not gonna be on Xbox. Or PlayStation. God. But yeah. It is not on any of those. And the best part is, I plan to have this be a mystery for years, by the way. Until it comes out, of course. Until I can finally release it into the wild and have people enjoy it or hate it. But yeah, I plan to have people on about this for years. till eventually it's ready to come out, and either takes out one of the currently or the highest popular current platforms in its region. No, but I am writing a book, which is also based off of what I'm working on. There is so many holes to this, alright? There's so many holes to this type of stuff. But yeah. I am writing a book based on all of this. As in the plot of what I'm working on. Let's go and do this. Sweet. Alright. I mean, look, it could be anything. Best part is the people. Okay, I'll give a hint because I feel like this would be more or less. This would be just so evil just to say. The people who would love this game would not be watching this stream. If you think about it like this, right? If you look up game design streams, chances are you're looking up something for like a 3D video game, right? And you would think that the people who would watch it are people who are a fan of video games, either on Xbox or console, PC, whatever, right? But the people who would enjoy this game would most likely not come here thinking that is what it is. Because you look at this and you think, oh, 3D, he's working on a goddamn 3D game, basically, right? But then again, you know, we have like 3D animations, I mean. That could be for a lot of things, actually. It could be. 1D, 4D. You really never know. Alright, I think it's time to get back to our, the B. Let me go ahead and save this so we don't, like, lose it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I am literally going to make a stamp. A B stamp. Alright. Get a reference. But yeah. Look. The thing is, alright? I mean, I plan to have this be a mystery for a long time, of course, right? So, I, of course, will probably. You may already have answered the question right, or you may have already guessed what it is, but I'm not going to say if you did or didn't because that, of course, would kind of ruin the whole thing, you know? So all I can do is give loose and not so answerable answers. But yeah, let me go into this quickly. I'm gonna make this beat like real quick. I'm not gonna color it in. I'm not gonna make it black and white, and yellow like in the photo here. It's literally gonna be like a cartoon bee basically. So I'm gonna turn into a stamp and just stamp it onto the damn ring basically. Go and do this. No, it's not gonna be Minecraft. This would be so many polygons for Minecraft. Honestly, though, if in the coming years this game is coming out, or this game is in development, if you specifically Oreo get into like game design, you might actually be able to figure it out. Because you'll know exactly what can and cannot be in 3D modeling, basically. Because there are guidelines that we're supposed to follow when it comes to certain platforms. Like, consoles, for example. Consoles back then, we had to... Or... What should you sell it for? That's a very interesting question. How much would I sell it for? Money. Nah, it'll probably be... If I had to go for a dollar range... And let me include this, actually. Because of how I'm making it, I could literally charge this game for about $3-5. But in some cases, it might be 8 or 10, depending on who's selling it, basically. Because the price can vary depending on who's selling it, basically. It's almost like if you have, like, 2 stores, right? Like, one might be selling it for, like, a discount, one might be selling it for, like, full price, or, like, or marked up, you know? Almost like Steam versus Epic Games, you know? Or consoles, basically. Sometimes you have, like, discounts because it's like a season or some shit, like a summer or some crap. But yeah. My goal for each one of these questions, by the way, is to answer in the least descriptive way. Like, leave the question or leave the answer open to more questions. Or the Ron Swanson way. Answer a question with a question. But yeah. And it won't be $60, by the way. Alright. But yeah. It's not gonna be $60. And honestly, I know it. Honestly, I will sound so fucking shitty for saying this, but I don't care. Basically, I think $60 for a game sometimes can be warranted. Oh. So, I'm gonna sound so shitty for saying this, but I think sometimes $60 on a game is sometimes warranted. Right? It's a lot of money for a game, of course. However, when you dive into the fees, because game companies, they have multiple fees they have to pay, along with putting the game on Steam alone. Like the $100 they spend to put the game on Steam, that's nothing, right? But here's the thing, right? Steam takes 30% of everything that is made. Then the game engine they use, whether it's Unreal Engine or Unity or some other engine, unless it's their own engine, game engine I mean, they are going to have to cough up anywhere from 10 to another 12%. So take whatever you make on a game and take out 1/4 of the revenue, and that's how much the company really gets. Basically, the company gets 1/6 of everything they make. Plus, even less if they have any, we call it, marketers, people who fund the projects, you know. It's almost like, we call it, because games cost money to make, right? Someone might have or a game might have a $1 million budget, right? $2 million budget, whatever. There's going to be some interest they have to pay back to their investors or the company itself, right? So, on top of the 30% that Steam takes, or whatever the hell wherever the hell the game is being sold, they call it essentially, like there is money that gets taken out of the entire cost of the game. Which also means that if you have an indie studio that's selling a game for $40 or $50 or however much, they are also getting scalped. They're being scalped like 1/4 of their entire revenue stream. So in some cases, in order for a game to succeed, I can see why they have a $60 price tag. And I am fully okay with arguing on that, honestly. Arguing, debating, yeah. Let's go here. But yeah. One thing that I think, honestly, is not warranted is paid DLC, alright? If the only reason I can see games, the only DLC that I think is okay to be sold is like cosmetics, if the game itself is free, you know? But if you have like cosmetics that are like, that affect gameplay, no. Oh hell no. Honestly, it would probably make so much more money if it was Roblox. But I'm not doing that. Because I want this to be its own independent thing. Because I actually care about this project, of course. I mean, every game developer should care about the projects. But I want this to be its own thing, distanced from everything else. You know. It's gonna be its own thing, and I'm not gonna let Steam, Epic Games, or anyone take it from me. Basically, I'm not gonna let some greedy company take it and milk the hell out of it, you know? That is not what I'm about to do. But yeah. It's just a Garry's Mod game? No. Imagine this was a Garry's Mod instead. Like Dark RP. I would delete the entire project if that was the case. I used to play Garry's Mod all the time back then. If it's something everyone has, and you said it would be unexpected, so what if it was the sun? I mean... No. Good guess, though. No, it's a planet. It's a whole planet. But yeah, let's see here. I mean, we all have it. Even your parents has one, probably. Like, literally. Your friends have one. Your teachers have one. Everyone has one. And even if you... they all have what you need to play this game. You can go to IKEA and buy this game. Or, not buy the game, I mean, that'd be absolutely fucking insane. You can go to IKEA and you'll find things to play this game. I think, doesn't IKEA... I remember, basically the IKEA that I lived near, they had like a section for this. Let's see here. They had a whole section for what this is. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and make this thing right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and finish this thing up. I also want to touch on some of the monsters we're working on. And monsters actually mean monsters. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this now. Let's go ahead and merge. Call this B. And let's go ahead and do that. And I'm a fan of copying, or not copying, I'm a fan of like making backups of my work so I don't like lose everything. So I'm going to do this. Let's do that. I'm a fan of copying my stuff so I can save it and not lose everything at the same time. There. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do a invert, turn that to that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Or better yet, yeah, that would work actually. So let's see here. Something in between just flat gray. Alright. So let's say this is it. Then we can we can then duplicate the layer. Call this B blur. Call this B. Let's go ahead and do this. Go up to blur. This may not be noticeable here, but it will be noticeable on on the model. Oh. Well. We call it I mean, think about what IKEA has basically. That's all you have to do. What do they have in their store? That is basically the hint. Let's see here. Got it. Okay. Yeah, they have furniture. They have all types of things too. Things that would be usable to play this game. But yeah. Definitely not talking about things to set things on. Like, wait, what? Oh. DVD player. I mean, technically you could. Technically you could. Wouldn't be impossible. Just be kind of hard. Hold on. Let's go ahead and just try this out. Stamp. Look at this. Oh. Because we didn't do that. Cool. Alright. Apply. Do that. But yeah. IKEA does have the things you would potentially want to use with this. Let's see here. Yeah, it's probably to have this thing on a higher subdivision. What I might do is I literally this instead. What I might do is I might save adding the B to the very end, because this yeah. might save it to the very end. Or better yet, just make it into its own, I call it its own style of textures for the ring. We'll go ahead and do this, actually. Go ahead and do this. No, it's not going to be a camera or Polaroid. Let's see here. How much do we want to actually make this thing? Could be a desk. Could be. I mean, you play a lot of things on a desk. It'd be surprising, actually. Yeah, I could. Put a lot of stuff on it. Alright. Let's go and do this. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a subdivision. Take that down. Yes. Give ourselves a subdivision of Z. Let's see. All right. No, it's not going to be a watch. On. Streamlabs music. Oh, the entire thing just stopped. Whatever. Suspenseful music. Let's go. Yeah. And honestly, I think I almost let it slip, actually, what it was. I almost let it slip. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this. It's fine. I mean, every stream I stream constantly, so it's like, you know, eventually I think I wouldn't be surprised if someone like pulls some fast one on me to like get me to say the answer. I'd be surprised. Because people are tricky sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and do this, grab that, grab this, make that a freehand, as if the person who made this carve this in. Alright. Alright. Okay, I love this background music now. Suspenseful and perfect for what this story is going to kind of entail, because this is going to be a story, a part of something vastly bigger. The whole idea, too, is that this is going to be part of a time where technology isn't really advanced. So, to have everything look machine-made would be very inaccurate. You know. Alright. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for coming in to stream. Thanks for following. Probably see you later in another stream. Oh, I like that actually, a little design. Alright, let's see here. Well, that he's gone. Let's go ahead and tell you the answer now. Alright. Okay. I think I'll leave this top part here pristine, as if this guy like literally carved out a piece of metal and just put on another piece of metal with the ring. There we go. Love it. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. So now Brenda now has her ring. Her designed up ring. But go ahead and replace her current ring with the new one. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Insert. Get that ring in here. Alright. Let's go ahead and put on her finger. There you go. Alright. But yeah, this game is technically something that everyone can play. Whether you have... I mean... It's something you could play. Anyone can play. Doesn't matter what you have. Let me go ahead and showcase some of our other monsters that we have. We got some other things we have that I can show y'all. Let's see here. Where is it? Environment. Hold on. Let me go to the folder. So... let's see here. Where? Hold on. Fuck it. Just go up here. Because we have some characters I want to show. I have some characters I want to show y'all real quickly, so y'all can see what we're working with here. On. I actually have. Yeah, let me go up and get it actually. And go ahead and do this. Screen capture. Y'all will look at my ZBrush for the time being. Alright. And close out Photoshop. Let me go ahead and load this up. Items. Let's go to the rabbit. Slow it and give it a second. Alright. God, sometimes these things take a long time to load up. Literally just might be my connection. Whatever. Here we go. Whoops. Alright, so this is our rabbit creature. Little buff dude. Very much able to kill you, and gonna kill you. Don't mistake in that. Let's go ahead to get it. Let's go to our humans quickly. And go to David Strong. I think this is his updated file. Case file. This guy is interesting. When he loads up, decides to load up. Yeah, this guy was made whenever I had like a smaller monitor, actually. Hold up. Crop. Yeah, this is David Strong, a character that's pretty much just done. I'm working on him anymore. He's just finished. And he's got a Falcata sword, his shield, he's a warrior type. Man's going at it, basically. Got the curly hair, man's good to go. To which... yeah. Eventually, I want to go ahead and get this guy into Maya. One day when I decide to do a called Arena Apology stream, I will get this guy into Maya and we'll do that. One thing that I am kind of like really focusing on all my characters and all my characters and people is that we call it. This music sounds like I'm about to pull some evil stuff. One thing that I'm trying to really hammer down, comes to all my characters or not in my projects, is that I have the ability to start a stream or start off at any point. Whether that is just making a whole new character, setting up the textures, the clothing and whatnot. I have the availability to do all of that. Through the means of my creations. Let's see here. Which one was the updated version? That one was. Through various means. With this monster being the new latest and greatest. This man's coming to the circle. Not today, though. Still have to get his clothing on, his armor, all that stuff. But, pretty cool. As of right now, let's go ahead and work on this weapon shop. Alright, so one thing that I have to do, that I want to do, is I want to basically go in and start focusing on getting all of this together, basically. Essentially, what I plan on doing is I plan on making this a 2-story area. Same time, though, I need to basically organize the hell out of everything. In fact, go ahead and switch to here. Alright. What I plan to do, though, is I plan to basically go back on a lot of this crap. Because I am not trying to kill myself with the UVs. So, a lot of this stuff I am going to redo. So we're going to do this quickly. I'm going to UV map some of these, and we will simply copy it forth and put it on the others. Identical pieces, basically. So, let's go ahead and do this one first. Alright. Let's go ahead and actually group this together. If we need to, we will literally go ahead and separate these things. Alright. Might be complicated to UV, but I've never not backed down from this type of stuff. Alright. Also, there are ways to hide UV, seems so easily. Let's go ahead and do this. And is there a portion here that's not going to be seen? Because I don't want that. Yes, sir. Sometimes removing certain details can help you unlock an easy ability to modify other details. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So, yes. Alright. I'm a fan of making everything easier for myself, so I'm going to go ahead and take full advantage of this. Sometimes you have to cut things up to make things fluent in modeling, in my opinion. Alright, so let's go ahead and go down to here. Let's go ahead and orient shells, optimize to holy hell. Give me the UV checker so I can check and see if this thing is working. The idea is you want to have the boxes be ever so fluent, which that is not. So, let's go ahead and do this. Now, I'm not looking for perfect fluency, because obviously this is going to be a little bit, you know, like slanted and whatnot. I don't give a shit about that, alright? I'm not trying to focus on that type of stuff. So, I can do is this. There's portions of modeling that's like, you don't need to like really worry about it. If you just do something else like this, right? Like now we have some flattened UVs, right? Best part is we can mirror this. Best part is we can flip it and just stack. Not only will that save us on UVs, but that will also, or UV space, that also just makes it, allows us to texture on both at the same time, basically, which is pretty fucking cool. Don't gotta go in and do shit. Let me just quickly optimize to holy hell. Then I'm going to flip one, then stack, then just orient shells. The same thing for here. Better yet, let me try this instead. This might actually give us a better cut. Well, I can just do this instead. Because truthfully, like where players are going to be seeing all of this, it really isn't going to matter. I know I say that a lot, but really it will not matter. I think is the best part about this entire project, actually. The fact that I have this much freedom. It's like this project is like, there is so much freedom in what I'm doing. It is unbelievable. And everyone who does 3D modeling will know how like strict everything can be depending on what you're working on. Which, to basically say that I don't have to worry about polygon counts, where the seams are, is just... I can already imagine it would be kind of interesting to certain people. It's like, why? Why don't you have to worry about that? The complication of the answer is that if I say it, then well, there goes the secret. But yeah, let's go into this. Orient shells. Did we? We didn't do it the same thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut this so that reform it. Orient. It doesn't matter if we orient or not. Orient and stack. There we go. Works. Best part is we can fit this like a puzzle. Alright, now this. Alright. Let's see what kind of cuts are going to give us our quality UV cutting. I like that. Good. I can already tell people who taught me how to model would probably... People in high school, or people in college who taught me how to model would probably like be like very concerned about how I'm doing this. I can already tell. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and... Let's really hide or single this stuff out. See if we can get this thing going. Alright, so... Thing is, I want to keep the this part of the model here because I might use this portion of the model basically. And if I simply just keep this portion here, even though that it's not going to be seen, it'll help me out in the future when I do this. I'd use this pillar. But yeah. So we'll go ahead and do this. Mask all that. Single it out. Alright. One of the things that I kind of really tried to do when it comes to this environment was make everything a similar asset, basically. As in, the model itself, or the walls, whatnot, the supports, everything else, they're all basically the same model. So all I have to really do is just, just modify one and duplicate it to the rest. I could have done that first, but I made this entire map like what it is right now, like about a year ago. Didn't have that type of knowledge, but just full disclosure. So I'm doing it now. Better late than never, which honestly might literally be like what causes this project to be so easy. It's the fact that everything that I've done, everything that I had done already, I'm doing everything bit by bit, not one at a time. Everything that I'm doing literally will end up all becoming, works that or knowledge works that I have currently, if that makes sense. I could make a sword or environment today. But 2 years from now, my method might change, my technique might change, which could very much make all of my models look different. But if I'm modifying everything at the same time, well, then my process stays the same as I get everything done gradually. I'm not, because eventually everything will get done. That's you know, to me that's fine. Eventually everything will get done, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the long wait per project getting done. It just means that when I finally release everything, I'll have so much content to show. It'll make people's heads spin, basically. It'll be absolutely insane. Alright. Let's do this. There we go. Remember when I said you have to cut things in order to make things look pretty? Here it is. Now if we tilt this to the side, right? Oh, nope. There we go. That looks nice, kind of. I don't know. It's kind of hard to like see it's not being distorted because that's how the UVs are. But and how the model is looking. But it's good. This'll work. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what the hell would happen if we literally did it the other way. Hold on. On. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, whatever. This'll work. Let's do that. And then let's go ahead and optimize. Yes, sir. Alright. Now we just need to align the vertexes. Oh. Edge. 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 There, 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 and there. And there we go. Now, if we literally did this a different way, it would literally just not be as flat. But whatever. So, this, now I can literally just go down the middle. Did we not? Oh, okay, I see. Whatever. Yes, do the whole thing. Cut. Except for right there. It's fine, we can just sew this back up again. There, and there. There, 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 there. There we go. I love how the UV screen is just so far down from my monitor. It's like, what the fuck? I could modify my entire monitor setup, but I don't want to. I see. Alright. Go ahead and remove some of these faces. What? Oh. Alright, can you move now? No? Oh, yeah. Alright. Really? What are you attached to? Oh. I was gonna say, huh? Alright, so what are you attached to right now? Right there? Is that an end gun? It's an end gun. End guns are not my friend. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take these end guns, highlight them, go ahead and give it a triangulation, then a quadrangulation. There you go. Fixes it. Without adding any more apology. Let's write it down now. Let's go ahead and do this, and is this all? Okay, yeah, whatever. Damn. You know what? Let's do this instead. Actually, no, that's a bevel. That'll actually look good on the. That will look good on the model. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. All pieces look exactly the same. Sweet. Now, we can literally do this. Let's go ahead and do orient shells. Bam, bam. But that's not the same size. Well, shit. We'll see what happens. Love it. I honestly love, like, a lot of the methods are, ideal, call it a, just the pure testing phases of modeling. It's like, yeah, it'll work. I have good old faith. Sweet. Nice. Alright. Both the same angle. That's fine to me. Alright. We got you in order. Let's go ahead and call this like a palette, basically. Oh, whatever. Oh, that's... Yeah, I see. That's why I was messing up. Whatever. Let's go ahead and, like, call this like a... almost like a palette, basically. So let's go ahead and do this. The fuck was all of it? Oh. Alright. Welp. I have to modify this and organize it anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and select, or not, modify, snap, like that, and like that. Do the same thing over here. Actually, let's go ahead and get modify out and just rip that off the wall or the ceiling and just do this. Align there. Whatever. Okay, we'll just do this a couple more times. Alright. Then go ahead and do it again. Align. Sweet. Now. Let's go ahead and move all of these. Sweet. Now we have our pillars. Nice. Alright. Next thing's next. The wall. Let's go ahead and make the wall. Undo it. Yes. That's what I want. I don't want this. What are we taking from here? Taking... Oh, we're taking this entire thing. Oh, I see. I don't want this. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Alright. This is also me making up for the mistakes that I made a long time ago. Things that I thought were a good idea and realize maybe it's not. Alright. Now. We'll call this the wall. Shit. Wall V1. What can we name it? Wall. Version 1. Cool. Alright. Hell is this? Whatever. Get rid of it. Do the same thing for this mirror as well. Or window. Which isn't even a window. It's literally just a thing that's there. Alright. And for my confirmation, that is... We have that as well. Cool. Is that one of those? Nah. That's just a wall variant. call this wall V2. Call this the window. Alright. And this is our layout, and same as this. Okay, so basically I'm gonna make 2 different walls and just use that to like recreate the entire thing basically. Let me see here. I need to make damn sure that like all of this, yeah, okay. I have to make sure that everything is going to be fluent in how it looks. So without our walls, what does this place look like? I see. So wall 2, or we just... Yeah. Alright, I see. That's a unique wall. This is also a wall. Okay. I see. Imagine us like actually building this actually being like a place for building basically, right? Like we have the scaffolding set, or the scaffolding. We have the supports already set up and whatnot. You know, we're really doing this kind of. All right, so let's go ahead and do this, and we'll focus on this area next time. Good. All right. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quickly because we need to. I'll go ahead and UV one wall, not put it in, but UV one wall. Next stream tomorrow, we will work on this entire area. Try and get as much of it done as possible. Right. Oh, also modifying like the actual wall here. We'll make 3 versions of this. Just so we can work with it. Actually, let's go back. We will modify this thing and go forward with that. In fact, let me go ahead and just do this. Let me go ahead and just separate, because one of the things that I want to do, or that I'm trying to do, is like cut back on the amount of work I actually have to do, really. At the same time, I have to be very careful about what the hell I'm doing. Alright. Now we can put this together, modify the faces, and simply go do this. The beauty of like actually being able to like do all this work like this is that I don't have to care about like the scale of everything just yet. And the reason for that is because like literally I can just scale the area to this wall right here. Everything could be grouped. Let's see here. All right. Now, and another thing I'm also trying to do, primarily, is make this entire thing ever so not perfect. Because, again, this is supposed to be like a medieval setting, right? So it's like, what's to imply if everything is just pitch perfect as if a fucking machine put it together, right? And it's not gonna look too great. It may look great, but it won't look medieval, you know? It'll be just weird. In fact, we're gonna do this. We're literally going to make the wall inside the wall. And then just remove the side planes like this one. Faces. Just like so, because we're not going to see them, we don't need them, plus we can use this as a normal image plane, basically. And just put in our details, you know, ever so easily. So, let me go ahead and do this. Here, let me go ahead and do that. Stretch. Move it in. Sweet. Alright. Best part is, with this thing here, we can single it out, delete these faces, because we're not going to have to, we just don't need those. And I'm going to go ahead and give this thing almost like a mini subdivide. Sweet, and sweet. Alright. This is so we can have those nice details of like pushing the wood in or out. Everything I do is literally to make the, we call it it's literally to make this entire thing so much more complex. Let's see here. After I finish this wall, I'll end stream and take a break for today. Because I have to stream tomorrow too. So, go ahead and get this. Alright. Take a peek in the walls. Do this. Alright. Would have helped if I see here. Yeah, I'll just copy this back over. Watch this. Don't need this right now. I'll just UV this and just copy to the other side. Again, too. Like, polygons are not a issue for me. Or for this project, basically. Like, worrying about polygon count could not be further from couldn't be further from a need be. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and cut this off. Alright, sometimes if you don't know what or where you should put your cuts on a UV thing, or on UVs, just in my opinion, just straight up start cutting stuff basically. And start mixing and matching stuff. So right now, doing it like so. Is going to get us to our end result. All right. Let's go ahead and cut this off. All right. All right. We have that, and then that. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and simulate our cut in the wood. Alright. Now. I want this. Shit. I want this. And this. All right. It's up there. And this is over there. And now we can simply meld this together. All right. All right. Sweet. Go ahead and do this. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit off, that's literally going to be okay. Alright. Thing is, though, we are going to want to have the... We're going to want to have this be not... Or these UVs not mirrored or stacked, because from where everything is going to be placed in the area, we don't want it to be stacked, because if we have the ambient occlusion baking in from the inside versus the outside, that's gonna be some weird stuff. Alright. That's gonna be some weird stuff. I do plan to have the entire area kind of like outwards, basically. Or have all the items backwards, spread out. So we can modify each little piece individually. Which is also why I have this right here too, the wall and the pallets. Because now, if I simply modify... on. Because now, if I simply... If I go ahead and take all of these pillars and apply it toward its own material, now, if I were to go ahead and texture this pillar right here, right, or modify this pillar in any vicinity when it comes to its texture, it will modify the rest of the pillars. So instead of having to go around and just simply, modify each individual one, or just one and then modify all of them, I have to like dangle around the pole basically. All I have to do is just modify this portion, this little point right here, and hook it up to this entire environment within another program, which I'll probably be using Substance Stager for that. But yeah, that's the plan for why I'm gonna have everything spread out. Like in one model, it'll all be built, but on another FBX file model, it will all be separated like this. And if I have specific walls, I need specific texturing, I will probably just make a whole different wall variant for that, of course, but, this will be fine. Now, if we want to, I'm going to call this... wall version 1. Now, if we want to, we can go ahead and throw it back in and put it right. I'm gonna do this quickly. Gotta go ahead and go up to modify, go to align tool, and just simply put it in the middle and just slide it in. And I can even go ahead and mess around now and just have the wall be right here, or over here, basically. Basically it doesn't matter now. I can just put it right here and call it good. Delete that. Oh. Let's go ahead and hide this so we can just delete this stuff. Yeah. Alright. So we can do that. And we can literally modify it and put on the rest of the areas here. Basically, I'm gonna go ahead and snap it to this point. Basically, like, I'm going to freeze the transformation, and then like this. I might actually go ahead and do the opposite. It's kind of like, you know, invert this thing. But this could also work. Yeah. That could also work too. But yeah, can also use this to, you know, help myself modify and extend the room basically. Which it doesn't really matter how big the room really is. There really is no reference on size. That's kind of why I said earlier that I don't have to worry about size because there really is no reference on how big this thing has to be. I just want it to be 2 floors so I can just make it look kind of gigantic when we get to the rendering process of this. But yeah, so you know that is what we got down, whatnot. So yeah, that's what we have so far. The weapon shop. Yeah, next in the next stream though, I will be focusing on this weapon shop primarily. Should be a faster. It should be really faster than the rank itself. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Those who stayed, thank you. Those who followed, thank you. Thank you to those who follow in the future. I'll see you all tomorrow.